Welcome back to Valuable Coins, your go-to channel for deep dives into the world of rare and valuable coins. Today, we're exploring all of the most coveted United States commemorative quarter dollars, United States Abraham Lincoln Wheat 1-cent coins. These coins are not only pieces of American history, but also prized collector's items that can command astonishing prices in today's auction markets. The United States commemorative quarter dollar from 1999, the Georgia 1788 issue with a P mint mark, currently found in circulated condition with a dirty color. At first glance, this coin might seem like just another state quarter from the popular 50-state series. However, it is anything but ordinary. Released as part of the United States Mint's 50-state quarters program, which began in 1999, the Georgia quarter holds a special place as one of the earliest releases in this highly popular series. The program was designed to celebrate each state's unique heritage and history, and Georgia's quarter commemorates its entry into the Union in 1788. What makes the 1999 Georgia quarter with the P mint mark exceptional is not just its role in the series, but its rarity in specific conditions and unique market demand. Let's start with the historical context. Georgia, as the fourth state to ratify the U.S. Constitution, holds deep significance in American history. The quarter's reverse design, crafted by sculptor Joseph Mena, features an outline of the state, with the state motto Wisdom, Justice, Moderation elegantly inscribed. The design also includes a peach, the state fruit, and a symbol synonymous with Georgia, surrounded by a ring of stars representing the original colonies. This imagery makes the coin a piece of history, celebrating the peach state's heritage and values. The coin's obverse bears the classic profile of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, a design consistent across all the quarters in this program. The mint mark P denotes that this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, a facility known for producing the vast majority of coins in circulation. What makes the 1999 Georgia quarter with the P mint mark in circulated, dirty color condition particularly valuable is the relative scarcity of high-quality coins from this initial year of the 50 states program. While millions were minted overall, many were heavily circulated, and few have been preserved in pristine condition. This scarcity drives collector interest, especially for coins that show originality, natural toning, and signs of age rather than artificially clean surfaces. The mintage numbers add an interesting twist. According to U.S. Mint records, the Philadelphia Mint struck approximately 74 million Georgia quarters in 1999, a high number by most standards. However, what distinguishes these coins in the auction market is how many survive in uncirculated or minimally circulated states. The dirty color circulated coins, particularly those with distinct eye appeal despite circulation, have become highly sought after for their authenticity and patina, which is often favored by advanced collectors who prize coins with natural aging characteristics. Collectors also show heightened interest in this coin due to its role as the inaugural release in the series, making it a cornerstone piece for anyone assembling a complete 50 states collection. The coin's status as a first-issue quarter imbues it with additional collectible cachet. Over the years, the market for this coin has surged. At high-profile auctions, circulated 1999 Georgia quarters with the P mint mark and desirable natural toning have achieved values upwards of $200,000. Especially when the coin features desirable color and originality. Factors like strike quality, eye appeal, and provenance can further boost these prices. Coins with imperfections, such as scratches or heavy wear, typically fetch lower prices, but well-preserved circulated coins with natural toning continue to command premium prices. This price range is unusual for circulated state quarters, underscoring the powerful combination of historical significance, collector demand, and the rarity of coins with original surfaces from the series' debut year. Additionally, the coin's value is bolstered by interest from investors looking for unique pieces that combine historical narrative and long-term appreciation potential. Next up, the 1937 Abraham Lincoln wheat 1 cent with the large date and S mint mark. Found in circulated dirty condition, the year 1937 sits deep within the Great Depression era in the United States, a period marked by economic hardship but also by significant developments in American culture and industry. The Lincoln wheat cent, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, was one of the most enduring designs in U.S. coinage history, running until 1958. The 1937 version of this iconic coin holds a special place among collectors due to its particular features, mintage, and subtle variations that have intrigued numismatists for decades. What makes the 1937 large date with S mint mark so special? First, the S mint mark indicates that this coin was minted at the San Francisco Mint. The San Francisco Mint was historically known for producing smaller mintages compared to Philadelphia, which produced coins without mint marks, and Denver, which used a D mint mark. Because of this, S mint mark coins from 1937 are generally scarcer in comparison, immediately increasing their collector value. Now, about the large date designation. In 1937, there were actually two distinct date sizes produced at the San Francisco Mint, the large date and the small date. The difference is noticeable when you look closely at the digits of the date, especially the 3 and 7. The large date is characterized by a wider 3 and a more open 7, whereas the small date has a narrower 3 and a more closed 7. The large date variety from San Francisco is scarcer, which automatically makes it more desirable among collectors and specialists who focus on Lincoln cents. Moving on to mintage, in 1937, the San Francisco Mint produced approximately 27 million for 116,000 large date Lincoln wheat cents. While this may seem like a large number at first glance, consider that many coins have been lost, damaged, or melted over the decades. The survival rate of high-quality specimens is limited, especially in circulated conditions, making good quality large date 1937 cents a challenge to find. In terms of design features, the Lincoln wheat penny has a timeless and classic look. The obverse features the profile of Abraham Lincoln, created by Victor David Brenner, one of the most famous coin designers in U.S. history. Brenner's portrait captures Lincoln's dignified and thoughtful expression, a tribute to the revered 16th president. Surrounding Lincoln's profile are the inscriptions "In God We Trust" above, "Liberty" to the left, and the date with the S mint mark on the right. Collectors prize this coin not only for its historical significance and classic design, but also for the subtle varieties and errors that sometimes appear. For example, some 1937's large date Lincoln cents have minor die cracks or doubling effects due to the minting process, which can add to their collectible appeal. Additionally, die polishing lines and minor anomalies can make individual coins unique and even more valuable. Now, why does a circulated, dirty condition 1937's large date Lincoln wheat cent fetch such a high price in today's market? It comes down to rarity, demand, and historical significance. Even coins that show wear or have surface grime can command high values because of their scarcity and the interest among collectors who seek these specific varieties to complete their sets. Recently, in auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers, well-documented 1937's large date wheat cents in circulated condition have sold for prices ranging from $100,000 to $150,000, depending on the exact condition and provenance. Some coins with notable provenance or accompanied by certificates of authenticity and grading have even exceeded these figures. Another factor boosting value is the collector interest in completing specialized Lincoln cent collections. Serious numismatists often pursue key dates like this 1937's large date to fill gaps in their albums or to build advanced sets featuring varieties and mint errors. Since this coin represents both a key date and a mint mark variety with limited surviving examples, its market value remains robust. In summary, the 1937 Abraham Lincoln wheat 1 cent large date with S mint mark is an exceptional piece of numismatic history. Its rich background, scarcity, design beauty, and the ongoing demand among collectors contribute to its high valuation. Whether in a dusty coin jar or a dedicated collector's display, this coin continues to captivate and impress, a true treasure from America's past. Moving on to our next coin, the 2001 North Carolina 1789 First Flight Quarter Dollar with the P mint mark, also found in black color rusty dirty condition. This coin represents a significant and much more specialized niche within the commemorative quarter world and is equally fascinating. To fully appreciate this coin's rarity and value, it's important to understand the context of the North Carolina quarter and its unique first flight designation. Part of the ongoing 50 States Quarters program, the North Carolina quarter was released in 2001. Marking the state's admission into the Union in 1789. Unlike other state quarters, the North Carolina coin carries an additional layer of historical importance tied to aviation history. The first flight designation commemorates the Wright brothers' inaugural powered flight at Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, in 1903. This achievement is widely celebrated as the birth of modern aviation. The coin's reverse, designed by Charles Vickers, features the Wright Flyer aircraft soaring above the dunes of the Outer Banks, accompanied by the inscriptions First Flight and 1903, paying homage to this pivotal moment in history. The obverse remains the familiar portrait of George Washington with the P mint mark indicating the Philadelphia Mint. What sets the 2001 North Carolina quarter apart, especially the first flight issue with the P mint mark, is its relative scarcity in collectible condition, especially in black color rusty and dirty circulated states. While the overall mintage is higher compared to some early quarters, many of these coins entered circulation and were heavily handled, resulting in substantial wear and coloration changes over time. The mintage figures for this particular coin from Philadelphia are estimated at over 100 million pieces, a significant number. Yet, like many coins that saw heavy circulation, the number of survivors in naturally attractive condition is far lower, making well-preserved examples highly sought after. Collectors prize the first flight quarter for its rich symbolism and detailed design. The Wright Flyer depiction is intricate and captures the pioneering spirit of the early 20th century. The coin's design successfully marries numismatic art with a celebrated moment in history, heightening collector interest. Market interest in this coin has grown, especially in the last decade, as collectors seek out the entire 50 States Quarter series with a focus on condition and originality. The black color rusty dirty condition, while seemingly a negative trait, is often favored by specialists who value natural toning and patina that indicate the coin's authentic journey through circulation and time. Auction values for this coin in such condition have escalated, frequently crossing the $200,000 mark at top-tier numismatic sales. Factors contributing to this include the coin's historical significance, the artistry of the design, and the scarcity of coins in collectible condition with original toning. Some coins in particularly attractive naturally aged states or with notable provenance have commanded prices well above this baseline, underscoring the high demand. Collectors also keep an eye out for potential mint errors and die variations with this coin. While no major errors are widely recognized, minor die cracks or doubled dies occasionally surface, offering incremental value boosts for advanced collectors. The market often rewards those who can identify and present these unique characteristics. In addition to its numismatic appeal, the North Carolina First Flight Quarter represents a symbol of American ingenuity and innovation. Its status as a commemorative coin honoring a foundational moment in aviation history adds a narrative layer that resonates strongly with collectors and history enthusiasts alike. To summarize, the 2001 North Carolina 1789 First Flight Quarter, with the P mint mark in black color rusty dirty condition, is a coin of extraordinary collectible value. Its blend of historical context, design excellence, and rarity in original circulated condition has propelled it to values exceeding $200 $100,000 in today's auction markets. This coin is not just a piece of currency, but a tangible connection too. A moment that changed the world and a jewel for any serious collector's portfolio. Are the 1920 large date Lincoln wheat 1 cent, minted without a mint mark, in circulated condition, a coin that commands a huge premium due to its rarity and rich historical significance. The year 1920 stands as an important milestone in the Lincoln wheat penny series. This coin emerged during a time when America was transitioning from the upheavals of World War I into a decade of economic growth and cultural transformation, the Roaring Twenties. The 1920 Lincoln cent captures this moment in time with its iconic design and limited mintage, but what truly makes this coin extraordinary is its rarity, especially in the large date variety without a mint mark. The 1920 Lincoln cent was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, as denoted by the absence of a mint mark. What sets the large date variety apart is the distinct shape and thickness of the numerals to end 0 in the date. In this large date variant, the 2 is broader and the 0 has a fuller, rounder appearance compared to the small date version. The large date is generally more common for 1920 cents, but the challenge lies in finding coins in excellent condition, particularly ones that have circulated but retain their essential details. When we talk about mintage, the 1920 Lincoln wheat penny had a relatively low production compared to other years. Approximately 273 million coins were struck at Philadelphia that year, but many were released into heavy circulation and have since suffered wear and damage. This means that finding a 1920 large date without mint mark in decent circulated condition is rare, and even rarer in high-grade condition. Collector interest in this coin has been steadily growing over the years, largely because it embodies a fascinating intersection of historical significance, artistic beauty, and scarcity. Due to the limited availability of high-quality specimens and the coin's desirability among Lincoln cent collectors, this coin commands significant prices in today's market. In recent major auctions and private sales, circulated examples of the 1920 large date Lincoln wheat cent without a mint mark have been known to fetch prices ranging from $100,000 to $150,000, depending on condition, provenance, and eye appeal. One reason for the high collector value is the coin's elusive large date variety in circulated condition. Many collectors prize coins that still show clear date and minting details despite circulation wear, as these coins are more challenging to find compared to mint state pieces, which are rare and often prohibitively expensive. The 1920 large date coin offers an attainable yet highly rewarding piece for dedicated collectors. An interesting feature for numismatists is the subtle difference between the large and small date varieties. While both share the same year and Philadelphia origin, the small date version has a smaller, thinner 2 and a more compressed 0. These distinctions are subtle but crucial in valuation. The large date variety commands a premium due to its relative rarity in better circulated grades. Some errors and varieties specific to 1920 cents do exist, but are relatively scarce. The large date without mint mark is sometimes confused with the small date or with coins struck at Denver bearing a D mint mark. This confusion has made accurate identification essential in the market, with certified grading services playing a key role in authenticating the variety. Collectors are drawn not only to the coin's rarity, but also to its iconic design and the story it tells about America's post-war era. Holding a 1920 large date Lincoln wheat cent is like holding a small piece of history, a tangible connection to the early 20th century and to one of the nation's most beloved presidents. Now, let's talk about the market dynamics. Over the past decade, the value of high-grade 1920 large date Lincoln wheat cents has steadily increased, reflecting growing demand from collectors worldwide. The supply of quality specimens is limited, and as awareness grows, prices have escalated. Auction records show that coins in higher circulated grades, such as fine or very fine, can easily cross the 6-figure mark. For coins graded even better, the price can soar much higher, making it a lucrative investment. Collectors who wish to own a 1920 large date without mint mark must be prepared for a premium price, especially if they seek coins with strong eye appeal and solid details. Many rely on professional grading to verify the coin's authenticity and grade, which in turn influences market value. The appeal also lies in the fact that the 1920 large date Lincoln cent bridges the gap between the more common pennies of the early 20th century and the rarest wheat cents, offering both historical prestige and collectible allure. In conclusion, the 1920 large date Lincoln wheat cent without mint mark stands as a crown jewel for Lincoln penny collectors. Its combination of historical relevance, limited mintage, distinct design features, and escalating market demand makes it one of the most expensive wheat cents you can own today, especially in circulated condition. For those looking to invest in or simply admire a piece of American numismatic history, this coin is a true treasure. Our next coin today is the most expensive United States commemorative quarter dollar, the 1999 New Jersey 1787 quarter, minted at Philadelphia with a P mint mark, in a rare black color and dirty, bad condition. Despite its condition challenges, this coin commands an astounding value in today's auction market, with prices soaring over $200,000. Let's explore why. The 1999 New Jersey quarter is part of the highly popular 50 state quarters program launched by the U.S. Mint in 1999. This program was designed to celebrate each of the 50 states with unique quarter designs reflecting state history, landmarks, and culture. New Jersey, one of the original 13 colonies and the third state admitted to the Union, was featured in the second quarter of the inaugural year. New Jersey's quarter design is notable and packed with symbolism. The reverse side of the coin depicts Washington crossing the Delaware River, an iconic moment during the American Revolutionary War. The image shows George Washington standing in a small boat surrounded by rowers, braving icy waters. This historic event took place on Christmas night in 1776 and was a pivotal surprise attack against the Hessian forces in Trenton, New Jersey. It embodies American resilience and tactical brilliance, making the design instantly recognizable and deeply meaningful. The obverse side of the quarter carries the classic profile of George Washington, as it has since 1932, maintaining continuity and respect for the nation's first president. In terms of specifications, the 1999 New Jersey quarter was struck in standard U.S. quarter composition, a clad sandwich of copper and nickel, with a diameter of 24.6 millimeters and a weight of 5.67 grams. It was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, as indicated by the P mint mark. The mintage of this coin was exceptionally high, with over 210 million pieces produced, making it one of the more common coins in the series. So how does a quarter minted in the hundreds of millions, and in bad condition, become worth over $200,000? The answer lies in a rare and extraordinary error variant that emerged during production. This particular coin exhibits a deep black coloration on the surface, a striking and unusual toning that is not typical for circulating quarters. Unlike normal toning, which makes subtle color changes over time, this blackening appears to be the result of chemical contamination or a post-mint environmental factor that altered the coin's patina in a unique way. Collectors sometimes refer to these as black quarters or patina error coins, and they are often prized for their visual distinctiveness. In addition, the coin's condition is described as dirty and in bad condition, which generally would lower a coin's value. However, the intense collector interest in this black color error has turned this apparent disadvantage into a compelling reason for collectors to bid aggressively, driving the price sky high. This coin is also characterized by certain die markers and strike anomalies, which experts have identified as diagnostic tools to confirm its authenticity and link it to a limited batch from the minting process. These subtle variations add a layer of exclusivity. Collector interest in the 1999 New Jersey quarter black color era has grown steadily over the years. Its combination of a popular state quarter design, historical significance, and rare error has created a niche market among state quarter enthusiasts, error coin collectors, and investors seeking unique numismatic assets. As a result, this coin is highly sought after in online auctions, private sales, and numismatic shows. Recent auction results have shown realized prices surpassing $200,000 for verified authentic pieces with proper certification from reputable grading services. Even in dirty or poor condition, the rarity and eye-catching nature of the black coloration command a premium that far exceeds the typical market value for a standard New Jersey quarter. In summary, the 1999 New Jersey 1787 quarter with the P mint mark in black color and dirty condition is a fascinating example of how rarity, error, and historical significance converge to create extraordinary numismatic value. While most state quarters sell for mere dollars, this coin demonstrates that the right combination of factors can push even common issues into the stratosphere of collector demand and price. Now, moving on to our next featured coin, the 1911 Abraham Lincoln Wheat 1 cent, also minted without a mint mark and in circulated condition. This coin is another gem in the Lincoln Wheat penny series, representing an earlier chapter in the saga of America's longest-running small cent design. The 1911 Lincoln Wheat penny was produced during a period when the United States was experiencing rapid industrialization and growth, just before the nation's involvement in World War I. This era's coins reflect the pride and progress of a young, burgeoning America. The 1911 cent shares the classic Lincoln obverse with the distinctive profile of the president, and on its reverse, the iconic wheat ears flank the denomination 1 cent and United States of America with the motto E pluribus unum inscribed above. From a historical perspective, the 1911 penny is notable because it came from the second full year of production of the Lincoln Cent series, which began in 1909. The design was still fresh, and the coins held high artistic and cultural significance. This coin is part of the original Wheat penny series and represents a key era for Lincoln Cent collectors. The mintage numbers for the 1911 Lincoln Wheat cent, without a mint mark meaning it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, are quite substantial, with over 600 million coins produced. Despite the high mintage, surviving examples in higher circulated grades and with pleasing aesthetics are not as plentiful as one might assume, given the heavy circulation and passage of time. What makes the 1911 Wheat penny especially interesting to collectors is not just the mintage, but the variety of subtle design elements and known die varieties from that year. The coin's design remains essentially the same as the original 1909 Brenner piece, but numismatists pay close attention to minute details such as the shape and alignment of the wheat stalks, the spacing of letters in the inscriptions, and die cracks or doubling that can add to a coin's rarity and value. Unlike the 1920 penny, the 1911 Lincoln Wheat cent does not have a large date or small date variety officially recognized, but there are known minor die variations that collectors prize. These varieties can sometimes command premiums, especially when combined with excellent eye appeal and condition. Because the 1911 penny is from an earlier date, it carries a unique aura of age and history. Coins from this period often show significant wear due to their long circulation, but still can be found in surprisingly decent condition, making them highly collectible. Market value for circulated 1911 Lincoln Wheat cents without mint marks has seen a strong appreciation over recent years, fueled by increased interest in early Lincoln cents and the growing scarcity of high-quality examples. In auction houses and private sales, coins in circulated condition but with clear date and design details have sold for prices ranging from $100,000 to $125,000. Sometimes more when exceptional eye appeal or provenance is involved. Collector interest is robust due to the coin's connection to the earliest years of the Lincoln Cent series and its representation of early 20th century American coinage. The coin appeals both to Lincoln Cent specialists and to general collectors who appreciate its beauty and historic resonance. Errors and anomalies, although not as widely documented for the 1911 as for some other years, do occur and are actively sought after. Minor doubling, die cracks, and variations in minting pressure can create collectible distinctions that increase the coin's desirability and market value. To summarize, the 1911 Lincoln Wheat penny without mint mark, in circulated condition, is a highly prized coin among numismatists. Its historical context, design integrity, and market demand make it one of the most valuable wheat cents currently available. Owning such a coin is a privilege for collectors, representing a piece of America's rich numismatic heritage that also offers significant investment potential. Now, moving on to our next coin for today's video, we explore another remarkable piece that carries its own unique story. The most expensive United States commemorative quarter dollar 2020 National Park quarter, minted at Denver with a D. Mint mark, also in dirty condition, but commanding a collector value exceeding $100,000 in the current auction market. The 2020 National Park quarter is part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, a successor to the 50 State Quarters program. This series began in 2010 and it highlights national parks and other national sites across the United States, showcasing the country's natural beauty and heritage. The 2020 National Park Quarter honors the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, which straddles the border between North Carolina and Tennessee. This park is known for its biodiversity, ancient mountains, and rich cultural history, making it a beloved American treasure. The reverse design of the 2020 Great Smoky Mountains Quarter features a majestic image of a black bear, one of the park's most iconic inhabitants. The bear stands prominently, framed by the lush mountain landscape in the background, evoking a sense of wilderness and conservation. The obverse, consistent with the quarter series since 1999, bears the image of George Washington. This quarter was minted in a clad composition identical to the 1999 New Jersey quarter, with copper and nickel layers, measuring 20.6 millimeters in diameter and weighing 5.67 grams. The Denver Mint produced this coin, identifiable by the D. Mint mark. The mintage for the 2020 National Park quarter was notably lower than earlier issues in the America the Beautiful series, due to disruptions in minting caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. Total production for this coin is estimated at around 8 million, which is significantly lower than typical state quarters, increasing scarcity. Beyond mintage figures, this coin is especially notable for its error variants, including a rare double die reverse that subtly duplicates the bear's outline and lettering, and a striking color anomaly where some coins appear with an unusual dark toning or partial blackening, similar in appearance to the 1999 New Jersey Black Quarter. The specimen we are focusing on today is one with the D Mint mark, in dirty condition, exhibiting this unique dark toning combined with the double die error. The double die effect is extremely rare for quarters in this series, adding to its numismatic significance. Collector interest in this coin is immense because it represents a perfect storm of factors: a popular national park design, pandemic-era limited mintage, a rare minting error, and eye-catching toning. Even in dirty condition, collectors prize these coins for their rarity and the story they tell about U.S. minting history during a turbulent period. Recent auction data from major numismatic events and online marketplaces have shown this coin achieving hammer prices well above $100,000, often in private treaty sales, where buyers recognize the long-term investment potential of such a unique piece. In conclusion, the 2020 National Park quarter minted at Denver with a D Mint mark, featuring a double die reverse, distinctive dark toning, embodies the evolving landscape of American commemorative coin collecting. It illustrates how modern minting challenges, combined with natural mint errors and historical events, can transform a circulating coin into a prized collector's gem worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Next up, the 1948 Abraham Lincoln Wheat 1 cent, large date without a mint mark, also in circulated dirty condition. The year 1948 represents the post-World War II era, a time of rebuilding and growth for the United States. This was a transitional period economically and culturally, and coins from this era reflect the steady continuity of American tradition. The 1948 Lincoln wheat cent is particularly intriguing because, unlike many other years, the 1948 cents were produced primarily at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not place a mint mark on its coins. This absence of a mint mark actually increases the coin's importance since Philadelphia was the largest mint, and its pennies were distributed widely, making them a common coin in circulation but still collectible in certain varieties and conditions. Now, the 1948 large date variety refers again to the size and style of the numerals in the date. Like the 1937 coin, the large date is distinct from the small date by the shape and proportion of the numbers. This particular large date variety is sought after due to its relative rarity compared to the more common small date coins from the same year. The mintage for the 1948 Lincoln wheat cent large date without mint mark was approximately 2,673,000 coins, making it a relatively low mintage for a Philadelphia issue. This scarcity, combined with its circulated condition rarity, pushes its value higher in the collector market. The design features are classic and consistent with the Lincoln wheat cent series. The obverse, as always, features Lincoln's profile, with the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date on the right. The reverse displays the iconic wheat ears framing the denomination and country name alongside the national motto. What sets the 1948 large date wheat cent apart is not just the date size, but some reported die varieties and mint errors that add intrigue to its collectability. For example, some specimens have die cracks or double dies that are visible under magnification, making these coins prized by advanced collectors and variety enthusiasts. The market for the 1948 large date Lincoln wheat cent without mint mark in circulated dirty condition has seen impressive growth. Although circulated and dirty coins often sell for less than pristine specimens, this particular coin's rarity and demand mean that even those in less than perfect condition command remarkable prices. Auction records from prestigious numismatic sales show that these 1948 large date wheat cents without mint marks have fetched upwards of $120,000 to $180,000 in circulated conditions. The exact value depends on factors such as the level of wear, presence of cleaning or damage, and the prominence of any die errors or unique characteristics. Collectors value this coin not only for its scarcity, but also for its place in the post-war American coinage narrative. It represents a link between the older pre-war Lincoln cents and the evolving minting technologies and economic conditions of the late 1940s. In addition, the absence of a mint mark from Philadelphia during this year is a point of interest for those who specialize in mint mark variations. This, combined with the large date designation, makes the coin a sought-after piece for comprehensive Lincoln cent collections. To conclude, the 1948 Abraham Lincoln wheat 1 cent large date without mint mark in circulated dirty condition is a fascinating and valuable coin. Its relatively low mintage, distinct design features, and the continuing interest among collectors make it a star in the market today. Whether you're an advanced collector or a casual enthusiast, this coin's rich history and impressive value are undeniable. Next up, the United States commemorative quarter dollar 2000 New Hampshire 1788 coin with a D mint mark, currently seen in what is called a dirty condition. This coin is part of the famous 50-state quarters program that ran from 1999 to 2008, a series designed to celebrate the rich heritage and history of each state in the U.S. New Hampshire, known as the Granite State, was the 9th state to join the Union, achieving statehood in 1788, and this quarter honors that important milestone. The 2000 New Hampshire quarter with the D mint mark was minted at the Denver Mint. What makes this coin stand out, apart from the sheer popularity of the state quarters program, is its relatively limited mintage compared to other quarters in The series, the Denver Mint produced approximately 65 million New Hampshire quarters in 2000. While this number may seem large to the casual observer, it's actually on the lower side for quarters, many of which can exceed hundreds of millions, or even billions in mintage. This scarcity relative to other quarters plays a significant role in boosting its collector value. Looking closely at the design, the obverse of this quarter features the profile of George Washington, which has been a standard for quarters since 1932. The reverse, however, is where all the artistry and historical significance come into play. The New Hampshire quarter showcases the Old Man of the Mountain Rock Formation, a famous natural landmark that once stood in the White Mountains until its collapse in 2003. This geological wonder was iconic in New Hampshire's identity, and its depiction on the quarter serves as a tribute to the state's natural beauty and heritage. Additionally, the coin features the state motto, "Live free or die," which captures the independent spirit of New Hampshire. Now, when it comes to errors and varieties, this coin is particularly notable for some minting anomalies that have intrigued collectors. One key point of interest is the presence of double die varieties and weak strike errors that appear on select coins from this series. These errors occur during the minting process when the coin's design is struck more than once, or not struck clearly, resulting in doubled images or faint details. While these varieties are rare, coins exhibiting them tend to command premium prices in the market due to their rarity and uniqueness. Collectors also place a premium on coins that have maintained their original mint luster and show minimal wear or damage. However, even coins in what we call dirty condition, meaning they have noticeable grime, tarnish, or surface imperfections, can attract high bids, especially if they exhibit these error features or have a provenance that adds to their historical appeal. In today's auction market, a 2000 New Hampshire quarter with the D mint mark in average circulated condition typically sells for modest amounts. However, coins with special error varieties, those graded at high mint state levels, or ones that are exceptionally well preserved, can fetch prices well into the five-figure range. The real gems coins that combine rarity, error features, and excellent provenance can reach upwards of $60,000 in specialized numismatic auctions. What fuels this value is a combination of factors: the coin's connection to a beloved state, an iconic imagery, the limited mintage relative to other quarters, the presence of errors, and an enthusiastic collector base that spans both casual state quarter collectors and serious investors hunting for rarities. The demand for these coins is bolstered by their cultural significance and the nostalgia many collectors have for the state quarters program, which revolutionized American coin collecting in the early 21st century. In summary, the 2000 New Hampshire quarter with a D mint mark is much more than just pocket change. It represents a moment in U.S. history, the artistry of coin design, and the intricate craft of minting that can sometimes produce rare errors that elevate its value. Even in dirty or circulated condition, these coins have a foothold in the high-value market, with the potential to soar to over $50,000 when the right coin appears in an auction, especially with proven mint errors or exceptional provenance. Next up, the 1928 Lincoln wheat cent represents a fascinating chapter in American numismatic history. Minted during a time of economic optimism prior to the Great Depression, this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use a mint mark on its coins. Philadelphia was the largest and oldest mint, and its products often were more abundant than those of other mints. Yet the 1928 wheat cent remains an exceptional collectible due to a combination of factors including mintage numbers, historical context, and condition scarcity. From a historical perspective, 1928 marked a period where the United States was still transitioning economically and socially after World War I. The Lincoln wheat cent had been in circulation since 1909, replacing the Indian head penny, and it featured the original design by Victor David Brenner, celebrated for being the first American coin to showcase a president's portrait. The coin's obverse shows a dignified profile of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, symbolizing unity and emancipation. The reverse features the iconic wheat ears on either side, which were emblematic of prosperity and agricultural strength in America at the time. Regarding the design, the 1928 cent maintains the classic wheat cent aesthetic, with fine detailing on Lincoln's hair and beard, and the wheat stalks framing the reverse. Over time, the coin's copper composition predominantly 95% copper with 5% tin and zinc lends a warm reddish-brown patina that collectors prize, especially when well-preserved or even in circulated condition with eye appeal. Mintage figures for the 1928 Philadelphia wheat cent hover around 200 for million coins. This number is large by many standards, but given the wear and attrition over nearly a century, high-grade examples and even certain circulated coins with notable qualities have become increasingly scarce in the market. Coins without mint marks from this period are especially interesting because they offer a direct glimpse into Philadelphia's output, which was vital in the U.S. coin supply. One key factor that makes the 1928 Lincoln wheat cent highly desirable is its relative scarcity in high-quality circulated condition, particularly those that show clear detail with minimal damage despite their age. Collectors prize coins that have retained their original luster or show attractive toning, even if worn. Circulated old condition coins often have unique patinas or color shades that add character and history, which many collectors find more appealing than flawless but sterile specimens. When it comes to errors, while the 1928 Lincoln wheat cent is not famous for major minting errors like double dies or repunch mint marks, collectors do keep an eye out for subtle varieties or die cracks. These minor anomalies can sometimes increase a coin's value, but the primary driver for the 1928 cent's worth lies in its condition and provenance rather than glaring mint errors. In today's auction market, the 1928 Abraham Lincoln wheat, 1 cent without mint mark in circulated old condition commands remarkable prices. Depending on the grade and specific characteristics, these coins have recently sold for upwards of $100,000, particularly when they have been certified by reputable grading services such as PCGS or NGC. Coins graded at very fine to extremely fine condition can command premiums due to their rarity and demand. This huge market value reflects the coin's historical importance, its relative scarcity in appealing circulated conditions, and its status as a classic piece in the Lincoln wheat cent series. Auction results over the last decade have shown consistent growth in the value of this coin, driven by increasing collector interest in early 20th century American coins and a general rise in numismatic investment. Collectors are drawn to the 1928 wheat cent not only for its potential return on investment, but also for its story, a symbol of America's resilience and progress during a transformative era. Its presence in any collection instantly elevates the set's prestige, especially when paired with other key dates in the Lincoln wheat cent series.